Toronto
Raptors!
Welcome to Raptors Voice, where we bring you up-to-date news on a weekly basis about our hometown team, the Toronto Raptors.
We're going to hit a lot of topics. We're going to hit the Brooklyn game, great win. We're going to hit the Orlando game coming up. We're going to hit the Denver game coming up. We're also going to hit the trade rumors about Lowry and about the All-Star weekend. Pretty sure that at least one Raptor will make it for sure. Let's get right into the Brooklyn game. First of all, unexpected win by the end. Did not expect them to win. They had 3 seconds. They were down by 3. They had 17 seconds left, and luckily, John Salmons hits a nice layup, and then Patrick Patterson, sweet shot. Patrick Patterson. Okay, yeah. Besides Patrick Patterson's great shot, you know how good Lowry did.
Lowry had an amazing game, to be honest. His stats are
31, 5, and 7.
Thank you, my stats man right here.
7 assists, which is great. But his 5 steals is what made it amazing, because not only did he have basically all the steals on the team, but he basically shut down Sean Livingston, which has been playing off the chain, like pussy off the chain wax.
Man, I put the pussy on the chain wax.
Watching that game was truly what being a Raptors fan meant. I mean, watching that was like, it felt like a playoff game, to be honest.
It was like the stuff that usually happens to the Raptors, where we lose the ball.
But it didn't happen this time.
It happened.
It was weird. We always get screwed over, especially last year. Remember all those
Yeah.
times
Oh
when,
my gosh, so many times the fouls. Like DeRozan got fouled like what, 3 or 4 times.
think
the
about
last
how many
game.
times NBA has to admit it that they missed a call on us last year.
At
Remember
least
that?
it was twice.
It was ridiculous.
Twice, yeah. Surprisingly, though, the Raptors are making a turn, and personally, I think it's Masai.
The Messiah!
But overall, great game. They were able to contain almost every player on the Nets, except unfortunately for Paul Pierce, which for some reason is playing pretty good now.
After that Boston game, that was an emotional return for him. Back to my hometown team. No, I'm kidding.
But look, they won a huge game against the Nets, who are, let me just tell you, 11-2 since January. And you know who those 2 losses are by? Toronto! Patrick Patterson made the shot, even with his broken nose. So,
Yeah, let's talk about Patrick Patterson for a second.
ooh.
I mean, yeah, he was a beast that game too. And to be honest, ever since he came to the Raptors, he's been a beast.
He's been ridiculous. He's been putting up some great numbers. Personally, obviously, Amir Johnson's stats have dropped, but because Patrick Patterson's on the team now, it gives you fresh legs coming off the bench. You have some great plays done by him, passing, blocks. He has some great shots made. I think he's been pretty clutch for us.
He's on his way.
He's on his way.
He's getting up there.
You know what? Why don't we get into Lowry's situation? So, in the past couple weeks, everyone's been talking about Lowry or DeRozan making the All-Star game. Personally, I think Lowry should make the All-Star game over DeRozan, but if anything, I would say both of them. But yeah, I personally don't think he should be traded. Lowry is one of our best players. I think they should extend him. Personally, we can get him for maybe 13, 14. I'm thinking 13, 14.
I still think that's high.
Yeah, it's a little
Maybe
high.
10 to 12, kind of around DeRozan's numbers.
Yeah.
I think he's pretty much worth around that. I mean, he's not going to be a Stephen Curry or Derrick Rose or something
John
like
Wall,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, but you know, he brings what he brings. He's a hustler. He does all the things you want from a player.
This
And I
man is a point guard, and he leads our team in charges.
He has that big body, so I guess it's easier to take those charges in.
Not worried about that. This man's what, 6'2". He's scared as shit coming down with a big defender coming at him. It's
Lowry just don't give a fuck. I mean, we should keep him for the playoffs and let free agency decide what's gonna happen. I mean, we have.
I think they should extend him personally.
If we can do that, then we can do that. But if it goes to free agency, I mean, we have the cap space right now.
Yeah, we have the cap.
So anything can happen. So we'll see what's gonna go down.
Real GM stated that Raptors are still interested in trading Lowry. Of course, as a huge Raptors fan, I'm disappointed by this, but I want to do some interest and see both sides of the story. What I realized was that he's in a contract year. He's playing great. Usually people play great when they have the contract year. I don't think this is necessarily the case with Lowry. He's still young. He's still got some time to grow. He's playing amazing. he has an opportunity to prove himself that he's not just a one-dimensional player who just plays tough. He's a player who passes, players who looks out for this stuff. He plays amazing defense. Like, he's unlike any other player in the league. Personally, I think he's a good player. But because of trade rumors, I did more digging. And right now, what they're saying is that there are certain trades with the Suns that are being looked into, especially with the draft picks that the Suns have. They have many. There's trades being looked into with the Denver team. So there's two things being looked at right now. Personally, I think they have opportunities, right? Look into them, see if they're worth it. But I think Masai, of course, he's looking for a rip-off to rip off the other team, just like he did with the Rudy Gay trade. Got 4 players in return who can all play the game of basketball.
All 4 of them contribute to our team substantially, and I honestly don't regret this trade at all. At first, I was like, really? That's all we got? But now I look at it and I'm like, wow, we got a lot.
Patrick Patterson.
I am so impressed with Patrick Patterson. Grievous Vasquez, he's had his times, but he also has his low times. He has some flashes of brilliance. He can pass. That boy can pass for sure.
Yes.
But there's times where he just shoots like bricks on bricks, and that basket, I guess, is just closed for him. Who else? There's Salmon. Salmon's is a beast defender. He's been solid for us ever since he came over here. He's always had the job of guarding.
Probably the toughest defender.
Yeah,
guard.
Near the end of the games, he always comes in to do his job, and you know what? He's a hard worker there as well.
So let's get into the Denver game coming up.
Denver has a very interesting matchup for our team. They have, as I've said before, they have a lot of hustlers, and similar to our team, I think we match up pretty well. Ty Lawson and Kyle Lowry are pretty much identical in certain ways. They both give it all. And looking at the numbers, they're pretty similar as well. Ty Lawson, 9 assists, 18 points, 3 rebounds. That's pretty solid. And Kyle Lowry's pretty much, I think he's around the same numbers.
Very similar. Lowry's averaging a little bit less assists, but personally, I think he should be averaging more. If you don't consider when after Rudy Gay got traded, he probably is averaging more. The thing to look at in this is the X factor. The X factor for Denver is going to be Nate Robinson. If Nate Robinson can get hot and get those threes and cut through our defense, like we have issues with a lot of guards like Jamal Crawford, who we had huge difficulties with. If he can do that, this game is going to be very difficult for us to win.
That concludes today's session on the Raptors Voice. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Feel free to let us know how you feel. We want to hear from you guys. We want to hear what you have to say about Lowry and his position on his team, where he is down the road. Do you think he's going to be traded? Do you think he's going to stay? We want you guys to share your opinions with us, and so we kind of interact with you guys as well.
Alright guys, like, comment, and subscribe. You know what it is. The more you like, the more you comment. We start giving away stuff. We give away merchandise. We give away tickets, all that sort of stuff. Because we want to give back to you guys, our viewers. So, peace. Raptors boys.